Let's launch the game. Close that. Desktop audio. Well, actually, desktop audio is a completely separate thing. I haven't changed any settings since last time, so I'm not going to go and do my check audio check. Gonna jump right in. In all honesty, while I was planning to do a stream tomorrow and I cover a bunch of cool stuff, this is more of a housekeeping video, which is why I haven't gone through all the normal, promotions and whatnot. If people see this, if people see it, they'll not, they'll watch it over the VOD. I just kind of want to get it sort of out of the way because I don't want to skip this content as we move forward into other content. But by the same token, this content itself on its own isn't really a lot to talk about, because like I said, we're going to be looking at some Creation Club content. We're going to be looking at the Quantum Stag slash Hunter's Rifle, and then we're going to also be looking at another rifle, the CR-77, which itself has some fun like storytelling stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of have to get things like sort of started. And so, in order to move on to the more interesting content, kind of have to get this out of the way. So, with that said, welcome everybody back to Fallout 4. Now, where we are is over here at Outpost Simonja, or just near Outpost Simonja, and we're actually near. You can see it in the distance. There's a Hunter's Lodge. This exists in the vanilla game. Let's see if he added some stuff around it, and that's going to lead us to the quest for the Quantum Stag. It's going to get us a new rifle, and then we're going to pop over here to like an area just a little bit west of Sanctuary, and we're going to pick up, or we're going to start the CR-27 Creation Club content, because that's got a bunch of fun stuff. It's got a lot of interactivity. We'll go into the details of like the fun elements of these CC content as we go. And then what we're going to do is, let's see. I'll turn that one on. We really can't do that yet because I have to show you guys I have to show you guys ArcJet before and after. So I'll probably throw an ArcJet to this. I think of anything else notable. Mechanical Menace, The Good Fight. I might throw in Linpier. Solaris Ironworks. Browse at Watts Electronics. That'd be good to do to pair up with Automatron. Good Neighbor. Pyro is over here. I will leave Pyro on. Again, it's a relatively simple one. Hyde Park, Quantum Stag, BFG, Method of Madness. Early retirement. Well, I'll throw both of these on. If it becomes viable, we will do them. Let's see. Might do that, might do that. That's probably about a good amount of stuff. like I said, there's a bunch of various little things we can go take a look at. But our primary focus is, like I said, Quantum Stag. We'll see what else we can get done with. Other things worth mentioning with our sort of prep work. Since I do want to show you guys what I like to call the, what would it be? 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 12, 30 special breakdown. So in order to do that, I have gone ahead and off camera worked my way up to basically 10 in all the specials. Obviously more because we have solar powered at level 5. If we go take a look at our stats, you'll see I've got 17 strength, 18 endurance, and you can kind of see how this all breaks down because that's my base stats. These are pluses and minuses from various things here and there. And but we'll cover in a separate video, probably a couple videos down the road, where I'll basically just run around to every location that has a bobblehead, grab the bobblehead, with the probable exception of the Charisma bobblehead, because that requires you to go down the tree in the Lorenzo Cabot House one, and the Cabot House it deserves its own video, going through all of the nuances of Cabot House. But collecting all the other ones will get us everything but Charisma up to a base of 11. Then I'll show you the trick to get one stat up to 12. And then our next trip will be to head over to Nuka World, where I will show you something I've mentioned in previous videos where I've talked about this subject, how you can get your intelligence to up to about 30. So yes, when we're done in a couple of videos, what we'll be sitting at for our base stats will be a, well, I'll have to decide what I want to be level 12, because you can make any one of them 12. Obviously, you could do it to intelligence, and then you can get your intelligence up to like 31. But if you're already going to have intelligence of like 30, I wouldn't do it. I do one of the other ones. I personally split between strength for more carry capacity, because you know what I am. I'm a hoarder. I freely admit that. Or luck, because luck is just useful in general. And so having 12 luck is just generally useful. I mean, there's other stuff you could do. I could do 12 endurance for more hit points. Since if I have more hit points, because they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Since they are percentage based, I will heal more. So that's kind of my thoughts. Either strength, endurance, or luck. We'll get one of those up to 12. Our intelligence up to about 30. But that'll be a later video.
Hey there. Nice dog. Don't you think you could use a playmate?
I was not even expecting us to run into Gene. But this is Gene. Gene is a random event, and what he is he's a dog trader. And yes, this is a way of getting a dog for your settlement. And remember, dogs produce happiness. But like I said, he's a random encounter, so you may never run into him. So ironically, yeah, we ran into Gene. Thing I wasn't even planning.
Why are you selling her?
Oh, I don't want to. But I love dogs, and I gotta make a living somehow. So I raise them and sell them. I'm always blue for weeks after I sell one. But then I get myself a new puppy and start all over again.
You've got a deal.
Oh, yeah. You sure? I mean, she's a great dog. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want to sell her to anyone who isn't going to take good care of her.
I'll take good care of her. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay. You look like you won't eat her or anything. So, you really want to buy her?
Is there any paperwork you need me to fill out first? A list of references.
I mean, I got a robot
I'm not
behind
really
me.
sure what you're talking about, but I think you're making fun of me. Which is fine. I get that all the time. I guess I'm not very good at selling dogs, but I just need a straight answer. Do you want to buy her or not?
Yes.
Yes, I really want to buy your dog.
Okay. But you have someplace for her to live, right?
Yes, we do. Now, normally I've been sending them all to Red Rock until I decide what town I want to send them to. But as it just so happens, I have been setting up Taffington, again off camera, to act as another one of my provisioner hubs. So let's give the people of Taffington a lovely little dog.
I guess that'll have to be okay. Okay, girl. This is your new owner. She's gonna give you a new home. Go on now. You be a good girl. Bye-bye. I gotta go. You take care of her, all right?
Gene is a class act. He really is. Now, I'm actually not sure if the dog can be killed. However, a little bit of fun thing. So, anytime you've got an escort or something like this, mission for this, and Bethesda's been doing this for ages, the NPCs do, in fact, walk to the location in real time. But it's all simulated. Once they leave out of essentially your loading zone, if you will, they they cease to exist because nothing outside of the area rendered for the player exists. And so they will continue traveling. The game will estimate where they are at any particular time. So, like for example, if I were to run towards Taffington, I could probably catch up with the dog, or I could run to wherever Gene is going and probably catch up to him, even if they're outside of my render zone, because the game is tracking where they are. But here's the fun thing: while the game may be tracking where they are at all times, and this is not just for Gene and everything, but for like for vendors and whatnot, enemies only spawn when you're in the area. So if you're really worried about somebody making it to a location, don't chase after them. In fact, the safest thing you can do is find the nearest chair, bed, or whatever, and sleep for 24 hours or wait for 24 hours. That will guarantee that they make it to the location, because it'll never take them more than 24 hours to reach the location, and no enemies will spawn on them. But if you follow after them, enemies will spawn, and if they are susceptible to being killed, they will be killed, because they are allied to the player faction. So, I don't want the junkyard dog to die, so what I am going to do is actually head over here, where we were originally going to go. So make me install the Codsworth Edible Hats mod. Couch, sit. And we're going to say, yeah, going to wait straight to, what is it? 6:16. This will ensure Gene has gone off somewhere, and we'll sure that the dog has gone off somewhere. Man, my consumption level at 0. Let's go take a look. How about a sweet roll? Stingray fillet, squirrel on a stick. Stag Hunter's Note. Pop used to tell me a lot of hunting stories, but if I had a favorite, it was the one about the quantum stag. The thing about the old man was he loved quantum. He even had a trick boosting the concentration. The result was a drink so thick and so heavy that it dyed his beard blue. We used to joke that if we ever ran out of light, Pop's face was better than any lantern. It also made for bad camouflage. So, according to him, whenever he went hunting, he stopped by a small pond and washed the blue out. But that night, the moment he knelt down by the water, the entire surface lit up like a Christmas tree. Except the light wasn't coming from his beard. Pop says it was twice the size of a normal stag, with glowing blue fur and antlers made of gold. Apparently, the beast was so freaking majestic, he had to pick up his gun and shoot the damn thing. It said he just froze like a goddamn chowder head. The animal licked the quantum off his face. Now, Pop was always 2 ounces short of a pint, so I never really put much weight into the things he said. Of course, that didn't stop me from telling the same story to my boy. Kid's got to believe in something. Why not that? But the kid says he's seen it too. I thought he was taking the piss out of me, but then he showed me the tracks. I don't know if this stag's blood full of quantum, but it sure looks like it has a ton of meat. I'm going to head down to the water, place the bait. Kid's going to stay up on the roof and take the shot. Hopefully, he don't miss. Kid doesn't know yet, but we're out of food. I told him, no matter what happens to me, you chase down and kill that beast. You know, I always do this quest at night, and so the next stage I can never see. Hey, Softshell Meyerlark. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, I never see this stuff normally. I'm always doing this in the middle of the night. I don't know why. I always end up doing this quest in the middle of the night. But with solar powered, I'm always incentivized to do it in the day. Concentrated Nuka-Cola Quantum. The cookbook.
Yes.
So this is the first one you get, and also you'll eventually be able to just craft them. But this is what you get for the game-based way. I think they also spawn in vendors, just the Manuel Carbine. As you notice here, it says follow the trail of quantum. Now, of course, the game, or the mod authors, do conveniently make the trail of quantum like literally a trail you can follow with little markers like this. But depending on how many quests you have going, you may not be able to see them. But they are quite visible. As you can see here, it's blue. I mean, we saw it coming up. You might have noticed little bits of blue here and there. So you can actually just follow them. So let's see. Down here, can we see a bit of blue? Right there. I was about to say, that was a dog he killed. I could read the title, it said Rabid Mongrel. Because, my god, I do not want to be our doggy. No, that's why I waited 24 hours. I believe we overshot. Yeah. Yep. This thing distracted us. We overshot. I've done this quest enough times. I know all the nuances. So for those of you who haven't done it, yes, you can follow the trail. But the tricky thing is if you head over, get that far, you've gone too far, go back, you'll find the trail. You have a convenient little sign here set up by the hunter. Yes, these were actually set up in universe by the hunter because we're actually heading towards one of the hunter's camps. And so you actually see these signs. And you've got the quantum blood. Keep going. There's some more right there. Some more blood right there. See the signs. Ah, the brush is thick here and the tracks are harder to follow. I've made camp west of the hill. Look for the quantum bottles. Take the combat knife. And there you can actually see it. Just barely, but you can see it in the distance. See the marker? Because now, in addition to the quantum, we'll actually be following trails of quantum. So if you actually want to get a good collection of, well, Nuka-Cola Quantum, follow the signs. And you can see, as we're heading up and following our little markers, there are signs of more of that quantum blood. I didn't want to shoot the stag, but Pa made me. He probably would have made me kill it too, not for the Marlerks. They jumped me out of the pond and scared the hell out of everyone. I wanted to help Pa fight them off, but he made me promise to shake the stag, so that's what I did. The bullet must have grazed it because that stag was bleeding soda. I made it easy to follow the trail to the pond just north of here. I'm guessing that's just regular watering hole. We're gonna make camp and wait for Pa to catch up with the bait. All we gotta do, pour the concentrated quantum into the water and hide for a bit. But I'm having second thoughts again. I get that we're hungry, but I can't do it. If only I'd kept an extra bottle, then I could just feed the poor thing and send it on its way. But maybe I could still. Just gotta figure out the recipe. And thus, the Manuel rifle, not to be confused with the Manuel carbine. They're slightly different. As the name implies, it's extra good against hunters, against animals. Now, continue to follow the trail. I'm gonna give you guys a view of where the actual quantum blood is. I mean, yes, granted, you can just follow the key tags. More quantum blood. More of it right there. For right here. More of the blood right there. And that's our end destination there. Just want to make sure there ain't stuff over here to loot. Eesh. Yeah, look at those rads. Well, I meant to actually, loot it, but that didn't work. But yeah, so you saw it turn from green to blue because I poured the quantum in. And that is a lot of rads. Like, let's not kid ourselves. That is a lot of rads. Now let's go open to the quest. Hide in the brush. It's a very creative quest. Wait for the quantum stag. And here we have the big choice you have for this quest. Kill the quantum stag, in which case you can actually take his meat and you can make a pie out of it, yada yada yada. Or feed the quantum stag.
Easy now, boy. Here you go.
And there you can see. Send the quantum rag stag to a settlement. And the quantum rad stag is like any other animal. It'll boost happiness, but since it's got giant ass horns, it can actually help defend your settlement as well. Um, hmm. I'll send you... You know what? Let's give it to Taffington. Why not? And now we'll actually wander off towards Taffington. And that is the end of that quest. Now, read the farmer's note. That's related to the Zeta quest, so let's get it kicked off, shall we? I've always had trouble sleeping. Just the slightest noise, my eyes pop open wider than a cornfield. Of course, out here that ain't a bad thing. Whether it's the raiders trying to steal your lunch or the muties trying to cook you for it, if you want to survive in the Commonwealth, you gotta have your mind on a hair trigger. But that night, what woke me wasn't a noise. It was a light. My first thought was poachers coming after Bessie and the herd, so I grabbed my shotgun and ran out to where they were grazing. But somewhere between the farm and the field, I noticed the light wasn't coming from the ground. It was coming from the sky. Now, I've been known to spin a tall tale or two, but what I saw next is the God to honest truth. It was my Bessie, hooves and all, 40 feet in the air. Next morning, I tried to tell a trader what happened. They tried to convince me she was carried off by blood bugs, but I've seen them things make a meal out of a Brahmin before. This was different. It was like she got sucked right up into the sky. Happened 2 more times since. All I got left now is Emma. She's Bessie's only daughter, and I'll be damned if I let them have her too. So I'm taking her back to the wild, back home to live with her kind. It may not be the safest place to be, but if she's off the farm, at least she'll be safe from them. In fact, Emma's been there once before. When I rope a wild Brahmin, I like to have one of my own beside me. Let them all know I treat my herd well. Of course, Emma took up a spot near the back, where the hub flowers grow. At first I thought she was being shy, but later I found out she just liked the smell. Next time I come visit her, I imagine that's where she'll be. Now this is actually just, you find it on a random bridge. Can't remember the exact location. But we'll take a quick look. Captain Cosmo delivery. Find and kill Pyro. Then parking. I am totally blanking on where the heck she is, aren't I? Oh well, easy enough to do. It is over the moon. Well, we'll get to it when we get to it. I'm completely blanking on on the actual location. Nope. Let us make our way back to the field campsite, so we can start the next little mini quest. The one related to a different gun. A hostile scavenger. Don't worry. Don't care about you. Seriously, dude. Tried to ignore you. Tried to leave you alone. But no. You had to shoot at my boy and my dog. Well, now taking all your shit. Could have just left me alone, but no. Had to pick a fight. Oh yeah, this place. You know, I love the companion UI thing, especially with the secondary mod, which changes the icons. Because let's be honest, dog meat with the teddy bear is just adorable. Also, apparently, dog meat's got 2 stim packs on him. Here we go. And so we say hello to Mary Jane, a scavenger and a wanderer like ourselves, who unfortunately did not have good luck. But we'll find out more about Mary Jane in just a moment. As we pick up the bloodied CR-74L.
Nice.
As you can see, she comes with the Commonwealth Travel Guide, Mary Jane's wedding ring, and more or less pretty standard stuff. Now, let's take a look at the quest, shall we? Read the Commonwealth Travel Guide entries. Commonwealth Travel Guide. My friends, my friend, My friends my friends, Lily the Explorer here, with some instructions on how to use my handy guide to the Commonwealth. To use it, just visit any major point of interest on your map and check the tape for my advice and commentary. You could even talk to me for the message prompts. Hopefully, we'll end up the best of friends. Lastly, I want to dedicate this guide to my wife, Mary Jane, for her to fulfill my dream of making this guide. It means everything to me. Thank you, and I love you always. Note to Lily. Well, Lily Bell, took me 6 months, 4 broken bones, 1,000 scars, and 1 bad bitch of a rifle. But I finally know it. I made it all the way to Sanctuary. Damn, I'm no good at this stuff. Here I am crying and I haven't even said anything. But shit, here goes. I know it was your dream to finish the guide, really finish it, and not just rely on the words of traders. Man, I wish you could be here with me right now. For more reasons than one. I'm on my way home now, but I don't know if I'll make it back to you. And after the shit I've done, who knows where my soul will end up. Maybe it'll find its way into this ring, and if some good Samaritan sees fit to bring it back to you, I'll be eternally grateful. The CR-74L. The Commonwealth is a dangerous place, and it helps to be armed. That's why you're going to get some tips from my partner, Mary Jane, on how to customize your very own CR-74L. Make sure your journey is a safe one. Lily, so Mary Jane, tell us about this new rifle of yours. What makes it tick? It doesn't tick, it blows people's heads off. But why does it look so different? Well, believe it or not, I got the idea from KLEO. I always wondered how those Ultra Ultras move so fucking fast and wanted to make a gun that was just as light. Always thought it was some voodoo metal, but really just the pistons inside. Are you saying it's not what's on the outside, but the inside that counts? More or less, with the CR-74L, it works by redirecting the gas in the cartridge to the bolt carrier, making it more compact. Sounds complicated. Way too complicated for someone like me. Maybe not you, but yeah, the gun's actually pretty simple to use. The idea is that it's a high-tech rifle for the average settler. If you're looking to travel the Commonwealth and take along our handy guide, would you recommend the CL for your trusted companion? Well, your fucking holotape sure as shit won't save them, so yeah. Ah, you're so cute when you're mean. In any case, if you're using this guide, Mary Jane's got a list of several locations in the Commonwealth that might help with modding the gun. Happy hunting. And you can see we've got Abernathy Farms, Boston Airport, the Commons, the Public Library, Bunker Hill, Cambridge, the Castle. A bunch of places, as you can see. That's what I didn't click on last time. Alright. I met a gun dealer who wouldn't shut up. Lily thought he was a detective. I thought she was fucking annoying, but her big mouth did give me an idea for mouse espresso. Like all combat rifles, the CR is a loud-ass gun, and one shot will give away your position to anyone in the Commonwealth. Muzzle blast is caused by high temperatures and hot gas, so my idea is to apply a coolant system, the kind used in old world cars. There might be a car schematic lying around, the red rocket, that'll give you some ideas. I already picked this up at an earlier point. It's, I'll show you the location. As you can see here, it talks about different locations. So this one's in Lexington. We're going to end up going there because of a number of reasons. This one you can get from Mo Cronin. You actually, if you actually are wearing the baseball uniform, you get a bonus. There's the fluted barrels. Good neighbor. And then Quincy. So as you can see, a lot of the places we're going to end up going for various other bits of content, we'll find these things. As you can see here, the guide location, this is where you can interact with Lily, Mary Jane via, like, basically the terminal as an AI. So we go to these different locations, and when we get there, and we come here, what we'll see, well, I'll show you. I got to show you the first location anyway. We're going to go here to... There's my red rocket. I can send him over to Tenpines Bluff. I need someone at Tenpines to act as a relay to Croup Manor. Or Taffington. So I want to send you to the Taffington Boathouse. And then supply line to Croup Manor. I really gotta fix my mod loadout so I can actually go into the basement. Anyway, it's right here. This is where you'll find the coolant schematics. And actually, since we're already at a location that has a weapons workbench, where is it? The suppressor, right. Well, as long as we're here. And take a look at the man-mill carbine. Do the same thing. Eat the Lucky Marksman Spock. Yeah, we are at the Red Rocket, right? One of the locations on the map. Or on the guide, right? Open Commonwealth Travel Guide. I guess it lists all the locations here. But if you're at one of the locations, it pops up here. And Red Rocket. Drive in, fly out. At least that's what the ads say. It'd probably help if the cars really did fly, seeing as the road is more pothole than gravel. According to the traders we talked to, this place is infested with all kinds of vermin, so be careful. Define vermin, and then you can interact with the character here. Like I say, you can actually have a conversation. Each one of these builds a relationship, and they all have different results. Real vermin, define vermin, divine vermin. Why not? Well, mole rats would be vermin. Regular rats too. Pretty much anything with the word rat in it would qualify. But if someone were to clean the place out, it'd probably make for a good settlement. It's got a roof, an office, cheap coolant. The coolant is useless without a car. The soil might be toxic. I've always wanted my own office. It would make a good trading post. Yeah, Sanctuary's pretty close, isn't it? Must have been convenient for the people to get their coolant. Noisy with all the cars zooming by, but convenient. Well, it was fun chatting about Red Rocket with you. On to the next stop. There we go, check the guide locations. Red Rocket truck stop visited. Let's just head over the road. Yeah, as long as I'm here. I really don't want to put them away, but they too weigh you down. You know what? I'll get rid of the laser musket, because I now have got, yeah, proper pistols. So I want to get rid of the Thunderbolt. I'll keep the Thunderbolt for now. Can't get rid of the combat knife. I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff. Now we're done with that, so we can put them away. That's probably about it. Now, Sanctuary. Sanctuary Hill. Seems like a funny name for a place that has neither hills nor a sanctuary. I guess they'd have a tough selling place. They call it Predatory Plains. I mean, do you even want the word plain in your sales pitch? I think not. What do you all think? You're overthinking this. It'll be a sanctuary again someday. Personally, I like plain. They just call it shithole. I mean, I've done a lot of work. I really can't call it shithole. You're overthinking this. I know, right? It's just the explorer, me talking. When I discover a new place, it's my responsibility to name them. So I try to pick a name that makes sense. But of course, this one already had a name, so you can't name it, can you? Anyway, regardless of name, do you think Sanctuary Hills might be a good place to settle down? I actually lived here once. Goodly sunny, maybe for people with bad taste. It would work better as a Deathclaw sanctuary. I lived here once. Really, it must have been a long time ago. I know there's some farms in the area, but people tend to avoid settling in old world homes. Kind of superstitious thing, if you get what I mean. Personally, it ain't the ghosts that scare me. It's the bugs. It was fun chatting about Sanctuary with you. On to the next location. As you can see here, additional commentary. Because remember, we're trying to track down where they are. And so some locations give you this additional commentary to try and figure out where Lily is currently. Because remember, we found dead Mary Jane. We want to find Lily. Hello, is this thing on? Oh, look, it's a transcribing what I'm saying. Huh, really works. Fucking hell. No more long nights typing in a terminal. No more long nights trying to find a goddamn terminal. So yeah, Sanctuary Hills, or as Mary Jane likes to call it, the butt end of the world. No, I just put that shithole answer in as an option for the users. To me, Sanctuary is more like the snot in your nose. The glowing send. The glowing sea is the ass end. I mean, I can't disagree with that, can I? Wait, if the Quincy then. Don't even go there. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Still, I feel like I want to keep going just to really see it. There's no way not in your condition. The traders here told us everything we need to finish the guide. Made as far as Lexicon, that's got to be good enough. It's been weeks since they last saw it. Sanctuary might be different now. Might even have hills. Somehow. I doubt that. And so you can see here, kind of telling us Lexington's probably where we're going to find the next additional drop. But as long as we're here, I'll see. There's Abernathy. I can easily go there. I can actually pass by the castle. I've got Covenant on my map. I think I have Diamond City, but not really on my map. East City Downs. I definitely have on my map. Some of these places we'll be able to get to. Some of the places I don't have. Definitely have Jamaica Plains. I'm not sure if I have the lake on my map. Definitely Lexington's on my map. I've got Quincy on my map, or a place near Quincy. I definitely have Vault 81. I have Starlight. Let's just work our way through, shall we? Abernathy Farms. Abernathy Farms. If I remember correctly, didn't they say that Abernathy had one of the items? Find Artist's Scope mod recipe. Quincy, Good Neighbor. Where does this scope? Well, that's why we have the guide. So we're looking for reflex scopes. So that's Lexington. That's why I'm thinking it sounded familiar. For shot. Abernathy Farms. My sources tell me Abernathy is run by the Abernathys. You might think I could have figured that out myself, but I'm the kind of person who likes to double check. I mean, to be fair, the Taffington boat out isn't run by the Taffingtons, and what is it? The one up on the edge that we usually go to, Ten Pines Bluff, isn't run by the Ten Pines, oddly enough. So, it's a fair point that not every farm is run by the Oberland Station. There's no Oberlands. Weirdly enough, it is more common to find a place that's not run by the people named after it. So, it's not the worst idea. So, yeah, where was I? Right. But yeah, the Abernathys grow melons and potatoes, and even had a Brahmin named Clara. They're also real nice people from what I hear. A rare thing these days. Some folks around here, so sucked up they'll drown in a rainstorm. Farmers like the Abernathys, good people. They are, which is why I hate them. They must be tough, too, to survive up north. Yeah, definitely. It's probably from eating all those potatoes. I know a guy who ate nothing but eggs and potatoes as a kid, and now he looks like a damn super mutant. Only less green. He's a farmer, too. Good guy. Good guy. I guess what I'm saying is it wouldn't surprise me that the Abenakis were nice folks. They can also probably put you to work if you want to make a cap or two. I plan on doing just that. I pour a par later. Hopefully they'll pay more than 2 caps. Oh, I'm sure the price starts fair as a fryer on Sunday. And if not, let me know so I can update the guide. But yeah, that's all the thoughts I have about Avenue. Let me know if you find something new. And yeah, that's how this entire content works. Is you go to a bunch of locations, you get to interact with the AI essentially. I do have Starlight in Vault 81. I can easily get to, so let's go there next. The Starlight Trail sounds right. This one place I really wish I got to see. But from what the traders tell me, it's not exactly the kind of place you bring a date, or at least not anymore. But still, I would have liked to see it. Just me and Mary Jane taking a stroll under the stars. The only stars you'll see are from concussions. Does sound. It's not really my thing. The stars are on the screen, not the sky. Can it be both? Unless it's cloudy there every day. That sure would be a downer for whoever came up with the name. False advertising and all that. By the way, speaking of romance, do you have anyone in your life, someone you'd like to take to a dinner in a pre-war movie? I do. Not yet. I'm not just that sort of thing. I was thinking of taking you, actually. Not yet. I think for this particular character who's still getting over Nate, not interested. Yet, love has a way of knocking your door in the middle of the night when you're just trying to get some shut-eye. You tell it to get out, it just got 50 lockpicks to the door and the combination to your heart. Before you realize it damn near owns the place, and the rents do. Anyway, pride enough in your personal life, let's talk again at the next location. Let's go over to my map. I want to actually find Vault 81. Vault 81. So we're outside Vault 81, and well, they're not letting us in. Also, Mary Jane's giving me the "I told you so" face. The security wants to know who we are, so tell them you're traitors. Say you got lost. Try threatening them. Run! Tell them you're traitors. Good idea. The problem is, it didn't work. We could mention the guy, but do you think they'd open to sharing their story with the world? That'd probably be a security risk. Some might, others might not. Maybe if we paid them. Some might, others might not. Yeah, getting a group of people to agree on anything is like getting a cat to be a dog. Oh well, some things are best left to mystery. It's like whatever it is we had for lunch. On to the next stop. So let's see. There's only a few places that are the lake. Like I said, Quincy I could probably get us to. And yes, there's a reason I'm avoiding Lexington because, trust me, when we get to Lexington,
Get it over with, Fred. Don't make the guy suffer.
Guys, please. You don't have to do this. You know me.
Quiet. You're annoying me, Sid. Don't come any closer, friend. This doesn't concern you.
Please, help. They're going to kill me.
Shut up.
What's going on here?
This
another
is
random
Sid.
event.
That's what. We've been traveling with it for weeks. But then today he finally let slip that he's an Institute errand boy. The whole fucking time.
Because I thought you were my friends.
I'd never be friends with a damn synth.
You already were friends with the synth. Now please, just let me go.
You think I'm stupid? You're just gonna run off and get your Institute buddies to come put us down. That ain't happening, pal.
I'm not with the Institute. I ran away. I just need to get to Bunker Hill. Then, I swear I will never bother you again. Please. You believe me, right? You can't let them do this.
Now, here's a fun thing. If you actually are far enough in the main quest that the Institute is a thing and you are a member of it, there's different dialogue here.
You need to let him go. Think about it. If he meant to hurt you, wouldn't he have done it already?
I would never do that. You're my friends.
They got a point, Fred. He's had all the chances in the world to harm us. Maybe we should just let him go.
All right. But if I ever see you again, I'm putting one right between your eyes.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Just get the hell out of here.
Hey there.
Why don't you get out of here?
Oh God, is that what I think it is? It is. Yeah, let me see if I can find it via the good old internet. So we're not just running around. It's near the Mass Pike interchange. I just gotta find a way to locate that properly on the map. Well, actually, Vault 81, good reference point. Here's Vault 81. There's the Forest Grove Marsh over here, with the Weston treatment plant above it. Yeah. This makes this a Mass Pike interchange. And thus the lake is over here. Oh, the Pip-Boy mod. A couple of things actually. It's like 3 different mods. I have a mod that it's just an improved maps and roads mod, pretty simple one. And then I've mixed that with the cracked Pip-Boy screen mod, the 200-year-old Pip-Boy mod, and then in Fall UI there's a clean screen. All 4 of those mods together created, well, this. The lake is here. How far do I have to go for the game to consider me in the lake? Well, it looks like that's good enough. Now, where were we? Commonwealth Travel Guide. Lake Chichiwata. You've arrived at Lake It used to be a water supply for all the Commonwealth, at least until somebody tried to drink it and realized how bad it tastes. Ugh. I only drink treated. That's a complete lie. I got the Aqua Boy perk. I drink all the water. I still find the water refreshing. Well, you're what we call a lead belly. Personally, I like to think I can stomach a lot. What I can't abide is the smell. That's what triggers the not so fun times. Although, to be fair, not the lake's fault it tastes so bad. That's what nuclear war and 200 years of neglect can do to you. One day it'll be crystal clear again. I'd say overfishing is the bigger issue. Thickness minus when we meddle the things go wrong. Well, we'll just have to spend the next 2 centuries restoring it. Yeah, although most of us will be gone by there. Guess we just gotta teach the next generation to carry on the fight, or better yet, carry on the peace. Fighting is what got us in this mess in the first place. But for now, we'll just have to enjoy it for what it is. Talk to you soon. Now, I can definitely hit up Quincy. I know I have something close to Quincy. Oh, the railroad. We'll be getting to the railroad in a later video. I'll be doing a deep dive on the railroad, including how squishy they are, actually. But maybe we should take a break from this little quest here, because I think I've kind of gotten the things across to you about the CL 47 quest. Yeah, you get these fun little interactions with little AI, story AI at all these locations. Gives you you can do a lot of exploring, have some fun conversations. So we'll put this quest on the back burner for now, and let's take a look at where we should go next. Do I want to take you guys to Quincy yet? Because Quincy, oh, not Quincy, Lexington will be very painful. Find and kill Pyro. Investigate the Lynn Pier parking structure. Alright, here's a good question. We'll take care of these two, but Lynn Pier will take us into the Fallout 3 themed Creation Club content. So, I have all of them. I have all the DLCs and a bunch of the Creation Club content, and as I've said before, I am a fan of Creation Club. But here's our question here. Do we want to explore the Capital Wasteland in Fallout 3 through the Capital Wasteland Creation Club content today, or save that for a different day? And while that decision is being made, let's pop over to Malden, find the Slocum Joe's delivery. We'll talk about Slocum Joe's. Alright, so then we shall make the Capital Wasteland part of our journey here. And I think once we've done those three, we'll end things with the hell that's going to be Quincy, because I'm not going to Quincy, Lexington, because yeah, there's a reason I've been avoiding Lexington. Because one of the Creation Club content puts a very, very tough fight right outside of Quincy that has kicked my ass multiple times. Not Quincy, Lexington. I don't know why I keep saying Quincy. Oh, no more Nuka-Colas. That's a bummer. As for why I have two companions, I'm actually just using a very simple mod called Everybody's Best Friend, which allows you to have dog meat and one other companion. That's a very fun mod to use. Because it was actually, in early stages of the development, the plan was to have dog meat as just a companion you could always have. Because here's the thing. The game's kind of built around the idea of having dog meat as a permanent companion. You have an entire perk tree dedicated to it. And Lone Wanderer was originally in the code supposed to not recognize dog meat. And when you have everyone's best friend, Lone Wanderer does not recognize dog meat. So yes, you could have the Wanderer that's in all of the promotional materials with a dog at his side. Because dog meat is kind of a key point. Slocum Joe's, it should be right ahead of us. Local map. Slocum Joe's, yeah, it's that way. Alright, fine. They're gonna come after me like this. Feral Ghoul Roamer, Feral Ghoul. You know, at some point we've got to visit Valhalla because they have got one of the greatest weapons you can ever find. Named legendary weapons. It is absolutely devastating against any melee character and even some non-melee characters. I can't remember the exact name of it, but basically what it is it's a staggering ripper. And yeah, that basically just stun locks every enemy you fight. I'm not even kidding. Because the Ripper fires procs so frequently, because it's just basically a very fast weapon. Basically, you can stun lock everybody. Some of them, well, are you on Xbox or PlayStation? Because some of these are probably available on Xbox. Unfortunately, PlayStation basically is screwed because Sony screwed everybody who tried Fallout with PlayStation. Yeah, unfortunately, Sony decided for PlayStation people that they're just gonna, not let you have any fun with mods. Which again is one reason why I'm a big fan of Creation Club, because Creation Club actually allows console players to have essentially mod content. Is it here for Joe Spuckies? Slocum Joe Corporate HQ. I knew I was in the right general area. Like even my own mods, I could probably port a lot of them to Xbox, but since I do create some original content, I wouldn't be able to port them to PlayStation, unfortunately. Like for example, one of the mods you might be seeing, one of the things you might be seeing, is various flavors of Nuka-Cola that you don't know about. Like Nuka-Cola Cream. That's from my extended Nuka-Cola mod. Just adds more flavors of Nuka. But unfortunately, since it does use, its own models, textures, and all that, it's anti-PlayStation. Because PlayStation's anti-player. Now here we are at Slocum Joe's. And not only will this get us the Slocum Joe's CC content, which allows us to basically create a coffee shop at any one of our settlements, which is just fun, but it also should get us access to the Buzz Bites recipe, which is a vanilla recipe. Yep. Quick save just in case. There's always a group of raiders in here. I see them. I see the third one. Well, here's a fun thing about Creation Club credits. They are, technically speaking, cross-game compatible. Since you're just basically buying Bethesda bucks, when I bought a bunch way back when all the stuff was new, it applies to both Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Now, unfortunately, because of the kickback and the backlash because of the Creation Club, I think it's going to be very unlikely that we're going to see it for Starfield. But if it is, theoretically, if you had any points from that you bought during Fallout 4 or Skyrim, they'd be available for any CC content you did with Starfield. But I think that's going to be unlikely. Here we go, the coffee station. Now, these are actually spread throughout the Commonwealth as part of the Creation Club Slocum Joe's mod, but as you might notice, yes, coffee and tea are on the table. And now, these are spread across the Commonwealth, but they're also, you'll also be able to craft them in your settlements. And as you can see here, we've got uniforms, donut mix, and the Slocum Joe's franchise kit. Once you pick this up, you can now craft permanent lock Slocum Joe's Donuts and Coffee Workshop for your settlements. So now I can put a coffee shop in Sanctuary. Not even kidding. Again, people hated on the Creation Club, but look at the fun stuff that they gave us. Best one. Well, I mean, as you can see with these videos, I'm kind of going through all of them, or at least all the ones I have. I think I'm missing one or two of them. I'll definitely say that if you like settlement building, the Slocum Joe's one is a fun one to get, because again, it allows you to create coffee and tea and put people in gaudy pink uniforms. Depending on if you like weapons, there are certainly some good weapon ones out there. But if you want to pick between which rifle you like better, I would personally go with the CR-47, the one that we were doing for a good portion of this, because not only do you get the weapon, but you get a nice little treasure hunt to find unique upgrades for it, and then of course you get that little fun little game where you get to talk with the AI. So it's a very fun quest with a lot of like little integrated elements. While the one we did earlier, which with the Quantum Stag and the Hunter's Rifle, while neat, and of course you get the Quantum Stag, which you then have as a additional pet at your settlements, which is also kind of fun. It is kind of basic, where you basically get a couple of guns, get a pet for your settlements, and then you're kind of done. While with the CR, you have a lot of stuff to do. The Zayden Arsenal is a fun one, but again, the Zayden Arsenal, once you go to the location where the Zaydens are and then kill them and get their weapons and you get your alien weapons, that's really just it. I mean, really the entire thrust of it is, oh, Bessie's been kidnapped, go and kill the aliens that attacked Bessie, get their weapons, and then you never hear from the Zaydens again. Again, the CR-47 mod just has so much in it. It is kind of like the gold standard for weapon mods because it just gives you so much content.
Got it.
And then there's Slocum Joe's Buzz Bites. Now notice the Slocum Joe's. Let's pull that up. Notes. The franchise kit. Just looking at that. Notice. Dear Slocum Joe's Inc., we regret to inform you that we will not be approving the distribution of your latest food prototype. Recent focus tests indicate a 90% chance of third-degree burns from your hot coffee-filled, chemically preserved donuts or Buzz Bites. And as such, they cannot be deemed safe to the public. You are allowed to resubmit your request in a year, assuming you solve the noted issues. We look forward to doing business with you in the future and hope this does not hurt our relationship. Charles Weston, Chua. Now, the Buzz Bites are actually a vanilla item. You can come to here in your vanilla game, and you can get the Buzz Bites. You get the Buzz Bites recipe. But yeah, why don't we go take a look at the Buzz Bites, shall we? The food, if I'm not mistaken. Slocum Joe's Buzz Bites. So they actually damage your health because they're literally filled with boiling hot coffee. But they do give you max HP and perception. Slocum Joe's Buzz Bites.
Sweet.
And there's a recipe. think that's everything of note in here. Encumbered, cumbered. I've got my improved version.
It's quiet enough to hear the old gears spinning, as they say.
Here's Pyro. He's our next goal. So Pyro, again, is I believe it's the Heavy Incinerator mod. We'll find out in a moment. This one's, again, if you just want fun weapons to play with, Pyro here is a relatively lightweight Creation Club content, but really there isn't anything to talk home about. We're going to go run up to Pyro here. We're going to fight him. He's going to have some backup. We're going to kill him, take his armor, take his weapon. Again, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this little series here, because there's a lot of fun stuff to just deep dive into Fallout 4 about, but also the Creation Club got some fun stuff in it. I kind of want to show everybody it. Now, some of the stuff is more fun than others. Like I said, I don't think anything is really going to match the CR47. It's just got so much packed into it. Oh, the virtual workshop. That's a weird one. So you place down basically, essentially a holo launcher, essentially the big pill-shaped things from Operation Anchorage, from Vault, what was it, 112 in Fallout 3, or of course the memory launchers from Good Neighbor. And this allows you to go into basically a virtual settlement where you can build whatever you want and even like spawn attacks on it. It's not connected to the normal network. You're basically immortal. Basically, if you want to do like and it's got 3 locations. One's like I think a desert, one's a beach, and I think the other one's like a plains. So if you like settlement building and kind of just like messing around with settlement building and settlement attacks and all that, that's what the virtual workshop is. It's these virtual settlements where you can set up like it's a holodeck. It's weird, but also kind of fun.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning. This area cleared. Proceeding with search protocol. Continued.
Yeah, the virtual workshop definitely is something I have to explore on a separate video in and of itself, simply because it is such a different thing in and of itself. I actually can't unlock master terminals, can I? We'll have to come back here, and I'll show you guys what's down there. But as I recall correctly, even if you have master hacking, you can't get in there. Yeah, we're getting close to 2-hour stream. I'd like to go beyond that. Pyro should be right behind me. But I see a bear. Yeah, Pyro should be right up here somewhere. Up there he is. When you see the fire, you know you're at Pyro.
Well, he certainly doesn't need that anymore.
Yep, that's Pyro. That is the entirety of the Pyro. As you can see, you get the Hellfire Power Armor and a Flamer. Yep, that's it. This is the Hellfire Power Armor Creation Club content. The Heavy Flamer is separate. So, honestly, probably what I would do is build a patch mod that gives, like, both to Pyro, because it kind of makes sense for him to have a Heavy Flamer. Alright, Lynn Pier Parking. I mean, if you had a second monitor, you could, but no, I totally get you. So, you could always take the VODs and watch them on your phone while playing, if you want tips and guides and tricks and all that fun stuff. Alright, into the Capital Wasteland. Oh look, gunners. I'd say that's probably a more accurate description of you, considering, as we've discussed previously, I'm kinda invulnerable due to the perk loadouts we did in literally the first episode, where I did an entire focus on basically being unkillable. Or semi, or mainly unkillable. There actually is a co-op mod for Fallout 4, just like there is one for Skyrim. Kind of finicky, but they do exist. Ah, Nuka-Cola Red, that's from my mod. Cherry is vanilla. Now, shall we talk about the Capital Wasteland? Say hello to Sparrow. Sparrow's note. Aquapura. Some Fallout 3 themed gear. Sparrow's note. Well, this sucks. We came here from DC to get help. Talon Company mercs attacked GNR station, and with the Brotherhood forces scattered, our asses were exposed. Our only hope was the radio. We sent out an SOS to everyone and anyone, asking them to help us fight the good fight. The Commonwealth responded, but it turns out these gunners aren't down for the cause. I would have been a dead woman if I didn't come in for a slow landing. Might still be a dead woman given they're still on my 6. In fact, if you're reading this, that means my corpse is too cold for Stimpaks. So this letter will have to do. If the good fight means something to you, then take this bird and fly off to the capital wasteland. Save GNR from the Talon mercs and shut down the radio before they get on air. And if you see the good man, tell him, I'm sorry. You will learn a lot more about Sparrow shortly. So we head off into the capital wasteland. And so we arrive at the capital wasteland. Now, I could just jump right down there. I have, adamantium skeleton. But that would defeat the point of exploring the interiors, wouldn't it? That said, I do have ranged weapons. .47. I need something with a really good range. 260, 185, 191, 140. It seems that my pipe pistol's got the best range. Talon Company mercs. Ooh, I've got a new crit ready. Oh. Oh. go with the CR. You know, I've also got grenades. Oh, actually, no, this is a perfect time for. I've been hanging on to this grenade for a while. I keep meaning to get rid of it from some of our earlier testing. Here, have a ghoul. I think that's it. Now I just gotta take care of the ghoul I sicked on them. Oh, when we get to Skinny Malone, that's gonna be fun because there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with Skinny Malone, including. Did you know that Mama Murphy can help you get past Skinny Malone without having high speech? There's a few times that Mama Murphy can be very helpful. That's one of them. Another one is Kellogg's house. Another one is the Courser. Those are really the only three you really need Mama Murphy for. If you're having trouble with those sections. You know what? We've been using this one. Why don't we switch over to the Manuel Carbine? Come on, ghoul. I need you back on this side so I can see you. Oh yeah, if you know what you're doing, the Suicider is a very easy enemy to defeat. Anyway, that takes care of everything down there. But we're exploring the Capital Wasteland, aren't we? So let us find our doorway down. Ah, there it is. In fact, you can defeat the Suicider in such a way that he drops the nuke and it doesn't explode.
Taking a trip down memory lane with that?
As I mentioned before, I always say before using doors, because you never know when that door is the one that's going to cause your game to crash. Because it is a Bethesda game.
We'll dig in and hold this position.
Excuse me.
We'll secure the area.
So there's some Talon Company fun stuff. Fortunately, some of the good fighters have fallen. But I think we did a pretty good job. Considering my entire focus is melee. Melee and pistols. I think we did a pretty good job. Intimidation is a very fun perk. Honestly, what is my favorite perk? That's a damn good question. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a hoarder, so probably strong back. Let's be honest. I mean, they literally made a perk specifically so people like me who are constantly over encumbered can still move freely. I mean, I think that says everything. Now, let's go check out this area. It really does bring back memories running this mission. And I believe the VR Workshop has GNR, or I think you can build GNR because when you have this DLC, or yeah, we'll just call it DLC, you do get like a bunch of settlement assets to basically build GNR. But yeah. Kind of trippy. Fallout 3 in Fallout 4. And there's our ghoul. Poisoner's handmade rifle. Interesting. Ah, yes, there was a mod that made Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4. That is true. Fish eyes, logs. Scratch. It's kind of scary how smart Scratch is. I mean, he's still the dumbest fucking thing on two legs I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. But it's not like he's stupid, you know? Like, when I showed him how to play cards, I thought he'd just eat the deck and then go drink out of the toilet. But no, he picked it up just enough in the game for me to cheat him out of his fucking aqua. The Raider Girl. We're too fucking soft. I know Phil, back when he was a slaver, with a way less stupid name, that ghoul's got so much blood in his hands he can't even grip his own dick. It's so slippery. But now we're saving every charity case we can find. The mutant was bad enough, but now this fucking raider chick? Why don't I just go stick my head in a Yao Guai's mouth? Might be safer. Could have seen it coming. Just got word Talent Company is going to hit the station. I know we should have killed the girl when we had the chance. A day after Phil shows her how to use the radio and we get heat, I bet my missile launcher for that bitch had something to do with it. Don't trust the gunners. I don't know about the gunner crew Phil says is going to fight with us. I used to be a bounty hunter, so I know better than to trust a motherfucker just because he says he wants help. In fact, that makes me even more suspicious. You want to travel 500 miles to save a bunch of ex-mercs you've never even met? First words out of my mouth ain't going to be thank you, it's going to be why. Blockade. The town mercs have us trapped here like rats. Where the fuck is Sparrow with the air support? Those gunners better not have fucked us. Yeah, the gunners kind of fucked them, didn't they? Oh yeah, that kid. Have you done his water quest? And then called him out on the skull in the water? Like, look, you may have been the first person that I've had to go clean my filters, and maybe the last guy found a live hand grenade. But hey, it's out of the water now, and once it goes through the filters, everything's good. Shen. Shen is something else. ENR. Trippy, I tell you. Wasteland Joe and his logs are next. good DJ and a better man. Phil doesn't like to talk about the past. Hurts too much, I suppose. The past doesn't really work that way, does it? Not something you can put away like a pair of old shoes. It'll come walking out and kick you in the teeth when you least expect it. Writing about it helps, I think. My feeling is, if the past is going to knock down the door anyway, I might as well invite it in. Thankfully, Phil was kind enough to put a message on the air, asking for spare parts so I could fix up these old holotapes. Bad man turned good. It's on brand for Phil to take in mercy. He's always been about redemption, and what person needs it more than a raider? Doc Amelie said Phil mentioned something in his sleep about taking people to paradise to hear a eulogy. Not sure what that means. I know there's rumors he was in the slave trade, but I refuse to believe it. Probably best to leave it alone. Holed up in the schoolhouse. When Sparrow left for Boston, she asked me to clear out some landing space on the streets near the schoolhouse. I was going to give her a hard time about it, but now I'm just worried. I suppose I need to worry about myself first. Most of us were here clearing the rubble when the Mercs attacked. With the station undefended, the ones inside didn't stand much of a chance. Gotta take a chance. We've been holed up in the schoolhouse ever since the Talon Company took GNR. We've got to shut down the signal before they can call in more reinforcements. It's too late for Phil and the others, but the good fight was never about one man. It's a movement. We'll have Fisheye give us cover, and we'll use the chaos to make one last run at the door. Well, time to enter GNR. That sentry bot can saves a lot of lives. Oh crap! You know what? Ha! Yes, that's what happens when you shoot people in the heads with a high-powered rifle. They tend to die. I see another one coming in. You know what? No. You guys caused some serious trouble. We getting up close and personal. Now, here we go. Look at all that Aqua Pura. It's not just purified water, it's Aqua Pura. As you can see here, we add into this section all of the unique gear kind of be found. Oh, but there's more here than just the unique clothing. For you see, if you look in the right place, some of it's legendary. And legendary clothing is actually really uncommon in the base game. See? All of the unique outfits can be found here, so you don't have to worry about, having to kill the good fighters to get their gear. Sparrow's logs. Oof. Let's try that again without the glare in my face. And remember, Sparrow's the dead body we found back in the Commonwealth. So let's find her story. Rise and shine. Ran my afternoon check on the birds. It was supposed to be a morning check, but hey, noon is morning to some people. Anyway, I put the engine through a test run and found no leaks. Placed a broken filter and safety wire. So checked our fuel stock. We're running low. Could go on another run next week, but knowing me, I'll end up putting it off. I can fish and I'm a big believer in the good fight, but I do get tired of the radio playing the same songs. I'd never tell Phil that, though. I think the two go together like feathers on a bird. Which reminds me, I need to replace the left propeller on V-Bird 2. Also need to make repairs on the fuselage after that crash landing, where I may or may not have been drunk. Let the record state that I blame not the vodka, but the mutant for being a heavy son of a bitch. Oh shit! Mercy asked for me to do patrol this morning. I told her my mornings don't start until after the second bottle, but she insisted. Good thing, too. 10 minutes into my sweep, I spotted a brigade of Talon Company mercs. They were camped out about 30 miles outside the plaza, heading in this direction. Phil asked if I was sure. Like, yeah, I had a shot of vodka, but I know a horde of angry-looking dudes in black armor when I see them. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Blew up sober just in case I was seeing double. I wasn't. We're gonna need reinforcements. Phil says he got in contact with some boys in Boston. They call themselves the Gunners. Hopefully that means they've got the firepower to match name, because otherwise, we're in trouble. Sharing a room is hard enough, so to give everyone their own little private space, I've restored one of these old GNR terminals and passed everyone a holotape. Remember not to save your personal data on the terminal itself, unless you want everyone to read it. I'm saying this especially to you, Perk, but it applies to everyone. To the good fight, Wasteland Joe. Who, of course, we saw outside earlier. Dave Perkins. My name is Dave Perkins. Some of the good fighters call me Perk, because it's a real perk to have me around, but I prefer Dave. I asked Fisheye where he got his name, and he said it's because he's blind in one eye. I told him Dave is a fake name, too. My real name is actually David. We should be called the Great Fighters. If I'm a raider looking to cause trouble, I'm not scared of a crew of above average fighters. I'm going to spin my idea to Phil and see what he thinks. I think he'll be over the moon when he hears it. Phil didn't like my idea. Something about the good fight being a slogan for the Wasteland. That's just great. Just great. We're not great, though. We're just good. I tell you, the writing these people put in some of these Creation Club concepts is hilarious. I knew it. I knew being called the Good Fighters was going to get us into trouble. Oh, Phil. Oh, Perkins. Perky Perkins. And of course, we found some legendary stuff here. But that is not the key. There is actually a unique legendary on one of these items. But we haven't quite run into it just yet. We'll deal with that eventually as we learn more about what happened here at Galaxy News Radio. Take your shit. Here's where we came in. Alright, let's start on this side. This side. Just around the corner. No, I can go get around to that from a different angle. Yep, right from here.
Good pickings.
The dock. So many patients to treat. Phil brought me on a team about a month ago. Everyone is so friendly, it makes it really easy to get DNA swabs. My last job, I had to resort to drugging them first. Aquapura, not Pura? Day Parent has come to me on several occasions and stated adamantly that Aquapura is not completely pure. You say I was shocked at the accusation. Shocked? Would people really do that? Lie on the label? But my tests showed little to no contamination, so phew. Asked Dave why he thought that way. He did. He complained to me that unless you can drink it without opening the cap, it was going to get contaminated when exposed to the radiation in the air. I guess I'll be going through every companion eventually. If no, for no other reason than to get their companion perks. But I will go through every companion. They will join me at some point, one way or another. I told them that level of contamination is completely safe. If anyone is contaminated, it's probably him. I'll need to have him agree to test to confirm, although probably just grab a sample from the bottle he threw in the trash. A mutant? A mutant? One of the good fighters is a mutant! A mutant! I've never treated a mutant before. I want to know what he eats, when he sleeps, what he dreams. He's sleeping right now. Maybe I should wake him up and ask. My very own clinic. Phil brought in a raider girl who is very, very hurt. I can patch her wounds, but I can't do much for her brain. It doesn't usually respond well to antiseptics. More importantly, with so many injured, Phil says they plan on cleaning some of the rubble upstairs and make room for a clinic. That's an amazing idea. After all, you can't fight the good fight without a clean bill of health. Where's my clinic? It's been 2 days, 6 hours, 32 minutes, and they still haven't cleared the rubble. Something about the town company attacking the station. Well, if they do attack, how am I going to treat the injured without a proper clinic? I mean, who'll be fair, Doc? That is a point. That is a point. I can't fault you on that. If they don't build the clinic, how can you treat them? The fair point. Ooh, I can make them Caffeine 8 medley. absolutely the worst thing for a hoarder. I would be so over encumbered, wouldn't be able to move if it weren't for my perk selection. And here he is, Dave Perkins. We know his story. Dave's already told us about it. But there he is. Dead Dave. And I'm afraid it's not going to get much better from here. I'm afraid the good fight has been good fought and good lost. Deeper in we go. Scratch, the super mutant who joined the good fight. Holotapes. Scratch's logs. This is just a good Nah, I can't even try that. Super mutant hands too big for weak booty keys. But man named Joe help. He says he type words super mutant says exactly as he say them. The super mutant will kill him last. Apple and orange. Super mutant come from Apple Asia. That why he green. But mutant here, they orange. Feel good. Man, hear this and say, comparing super mutant like apple and orange. This make head scratch more than record. Super mutant not fute. One talk to feel good man, super mutant and feel sick with words. Good man or bad? Feel good man tell Raider. Not all fight good. This news? Super mutant never met fight he not like. Never met human he no crush. So feel good man give very bad advice. Then why he good man? This make super mutant scratch head till skin come off. But good man fight good, so maybe he not so bad. Scratch, you tried. You tried. Perk, I assure you the power armor the brother left behind is perfectly clean. I washed the inside myself. I know you've mentioned multiple times you're concerned of whether or not they urinate inside the suits. I'm not going to get into the particulars of that with you, but even if they did, it doesn't matter. The doc will tell you it's completely sterile. You are not going to turn into a mole rat if you touch the stuff. Joe. These guys had a lot of personality. Up there's the boss. We'll finish exploring the bottom in a second. You, Patton, need to suffer. this area. So what this area is, it's kind of sort of part of the DLC, kind of sort of not. What this area is the dev for this content. This is the dev room, showing all the stuff that he was like building his stuff based off of, and all that fun stuff. This is the dev room. Showing all the Fallout 3 concept art and whatnot that he used as inspiration to make the stuff here. It's a bit meta, but also very cool. Now, back upstairs. We'll deal with Mercy in a second. Take all your shit first. Mercy's logs. Mercy. The Raider girl, remember? Good fighters. Man, when word got around GNR was up for grabs, people thought it'd be free for all, but it hasn't been that way. These good fighters took over the place like cockroaches inheriting the earth. I guess people always assumed the Brotherhood would take it back, but shit changed when the Prydwen left Adams. Now, everyone wants peace, including my employers. Over the past few days, I've gotten in good with the crew. Supposedly, they like to take in orphans in head cases. So the phony memory loss shtick worked well enough. Not sure what to make of this band of misfits just yet, but they obviously won't be able to hold the place when push comes to shove. Not like I give a fuck what happened to them. I'm just here for the DJ. The DJ. My employers knew what they were doing when they hired me. Sure, I'm good at what I do. You don't survive as a slave for 13 years without learning how to smile away your rage. And while some people might be scared to take on a job like this, when you come up from the mud, nothing phases you. But that doesn't mean I'm not bitter about the past. Ever since I got rid of the collar, I've wanted one thing and one thing only: to kill that zombie son of a bitch who sold me. I don't give a fuck about the station. That was just part of the deal. But the ghoul is mine. Losing my nerve. Every time I'm alone with this zombie fuck, I lose my nerve. Why am I hesitating? Why can't I kill him? I haven't forgiven him, so it's not that. He did what he did, and he can't take it back. But killing him feels off. None of this is how I pictured it. Whatever. I still have a job to do. Once I get the station blueprints and the head count to my employers, it won't be long before they move in. Why am I staying? I don't know anymore. I just don't know why the fuck I'm still here. I should be riding shotgun with the Talon Company mercs or just plain getting the fuck out. Yet here I am, holding a gun, ready to fight this good fucking fight. What the hell is wrong with me? The Raider girl betrayed him. And in the end, despite the fact that she was here for Phil, who was apparently replacing Three Dog, and was the one who enslaved her, and she had every right to be angry, she couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. in the end. Good fight was worth fighting. Dog meat, you're in the way of my looting. Please get out of the way before I turn you into a cat. Dog meat. Thank you, dog meat. I mean, there sure is a lot of Aquapura. We can't say there wasn't a lot of Aquapura. So, Phil, the DJ. Let's meet him, shall we? Everybody's dead. Here he is. The man. The myth. Who I am very clearly trying to avoid us having to explore.
Bingo.
DJ's outfit. Good fight. They call me the Ghoul of Cool, the leader of the good fight, but I'm just taking up the mantle. I didn't start this old jukebox, I'm just playing her song. So the Freedom Trail is actually really easy. Just go to the Old North Church, go down in the basement, and spell out Railroad. Yep. It literally, the password is Railroad. Not even kidding. Back to this. Truth is, none of us mercs were around when the fight started, but maybe that's why it struck a chord now. And with the DJ missing, the Brotherhood gone, for a short while the airways went dead, but we felt we needed to keep the fight going, not just for the Wasteland, but for ourselves. We're not selling our souls for caps anymore, but doing real good. The Lone Wanderer did. We've been inspired to take up the cause, make up for lost time. You dig? I was on a dark path for all this. You could say the good fight saved me. Now I want to save others, to pay it forward. Vertibirds. Sparrow's been a godsend, fixing up these old birds and getting them to fly. She brought in 20 crates of Aquapura the other day. A gift from some of the Wastelands out there who appreciate what we did. And who we do it for. It's a raider girl. The other day, the fighters found a raider outside the plaza. The easy thing to do would have killed her. I mean, the squirrel was freaking out, speaking gibberish and in no shape to meet the big DJ guy. If we want to fight the good fight, that means getting our playlist right. Not every track is about hacking and whacking. We gotta spin the right record, even when it's tough, especially when it's tough. Besides, we made Scratch part of the team, and compared to a mutant, a raider's basically a kitten. So I brought her to the station. Gave her some R&R, she took to liking to the console. Wanted to press every button on the damn thing. Watching me do a sound check, he even took a turn on the mic. Make a proper DJ out of her yet. Giving the girl a name. The Raider Girl has a name, she just doesn't remember it, but we can't keep calling her Raider Girl because that won't help her move on. Not to mention if we keep calling her a Raider, Scratch might get the wrong impression. The other day, Joe was trying to get him to say mercenary, but he kept saying mercy. Instead, that's when the light bulb went off in both our heads. I think the name kind of fits. For the mercy we showed when we found her, and the mercy she's shown us by not grabbing a knife every time Fisheye tries to cheat her at cards. More than a fight. I tried to tell Mercy, the good fight is what we do, but it's not all there is. There has to be something we're fighting for. But the way she thinks, it's like a guitar that only plays one note. So I told the girl, it's like this. Every day you gotta think of 5 things that you love more than the fight. Like the view from a vertibird, finding a family photo in an old suitcase, opening up a fresh can of beans on a Sunday morning, a pair of warm socks, a faint smile. You keep your shit tuned right, and you'll be like Billie Holiday. All your living will be easy. Talent company. Someone hired the talent company to take the station. Part of me wonders if this isn't about the music at all, but old chicken is coming to roost. I guess it doesn't matter now. They're here, and with the Brotherhood spread thin, there ain't nobody but us to stop them. Last night, we had a jam session to talk about what's next. Joe thinks we ought to beat feet before the mercs crash the party. But it ain't why we signed up for this. I hate to sound like a broken record, but we fight the good fight no matter how bad the blood. We owe it to the man to be the dogs in the fight, and we ain't much of a canine if we turn tail and run. We also ain't gonna sit here and get our meat chopped. But the word out on the airways, and sure enough, I'd hit back from a good fighting crew in Boston. I told them I'd send Sparrow to pick them up. Give them a crate of Aqua Puros thanks. They said there's no need. They're gonna help us because it's the right thing to do. The final fight. The Cal Company mercs have blown up the tunnel and trapped us inside. If we're gonna get supplies, we'll need to come by air. Speaking of which, I should have heard from Sparrow by now. Because I think these gunner cats may not be on the level. They keep telling me to send more birds, but when I ask to speak to my good fighters, they tell me it's a bad time. Bad time? They don't know the meaning. We get the mercs on our doorsteps and the reinforcements we were counting on are no show. Can't worry about that now. We gotta make a stand with the cats we got here. Besides, even if we die, I have to believe the fight will go on. 10 years ago, a bottle of water and a catchy slogan saved my life. Given what I've done, I'll never be a good man. I tried to be a better one. The Freedom Trail. The good fight. And this is how it all ends. Or at least, this version of it. Because as the man says himself, the good fight always goes on. And so, we end things. The change in the broadcast. Patton's entries. We've taken the station and chased the fighters into the nearby buildings, but taking GNR isn't the same as holding it, even with the tunnel blown to smithereens. I've established contact with HQ and requisitioned more men, but due to resources crunch, they'll need to be picked up from the outside DC using the old Brotherhood vertibirds the fighters repaired. I would have pressed HQ for more immediate help, but didn't want to make it seem like I didn't have a handle on the situation. One problem is the autopilot system on the birds we hijacked is malfunctioning. They'll need to hone in on the signal. As such, we swapped the radio out with our own transmission beacon, which should allow the system to triangulate our location. The inside agent who's supposed to help us with the assault either was a no-show or made no attempt to identify herself. Not a surprise, since her reports from the last month have been on the spectrum of misleading to worthless. I've notified our employer to terminate her contract. It's likely she fled before they attacked. For now, we've got bigger problems just trying to hold our position. So, we Shut off the transmission. And GNR goes dark. And that's it. There's nothing more to do here. The good fight is done. And everybody's dead. We did our best. And now, all we can do is fly home. Oh, the virtual workshop you don't need to do in the memory den. The virtual workshop is something you can just place at any one of your settlements. Like I said, it looks like the memory loungers, but it's a settlement item.
You looking for a new place to settle?
Could be. Why, do you know somewhere good?
I sure do.
You know what? Go take outpost with Manja.
Thanks. I'll see you there in a day or two.
I wonder if I can do that with all the other good fighter mercenaries. Can I recruit them to my settlements? Assuming any of them are still alive?
Didn't expect help from a stranger. Thanks.
Yeah.
You looking for a new place to...
Could be. Why?
I sure do.
Go to Taffington.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to come back here at a different date. I don't know if I can come back here, but we'll find out. I'll deal with it another time.
Yes.
Anybody else here? And the only other good fighters I know about are inside. So it won't hurt to check to see if I can get a few more settlers.
Hey, thanks for your help.
You looking for a new place?
Could be.
I sure do.
Go to the coastal cottage.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for your help.
You looking for a new...
Could be.
I sure do.
Go to Sunshine.
Thanks. I'll see you there.
Alright, now we actually are out of here.
Hey,
Hey, thanks for your help.
you looking for a new...
Could be.
I sure do.
Thanks. See you there in a day.
That should be all of them. We're all just going to get on the same plane. Same vertibird. Now, Lexington. Our final stop for this particular stream. The madness of Lexington. Actually, while we're here, just so nobody ends up hurting themselves, we've always been pack rats, Codsworth. Always. So for those of you who've been to Starlight before, you probably know about the, door that's rigged to explode. There is a way to prevent that. And I'm going to show you. That's the way to do it, though clearly Dogmeat had other ideas.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Why drink dirty radioactive water when you could have it pure and bottled? Chen Kowalski's Clean Water Market, straight from the filter. Roy Brown is back. Good rockin' tonight. I mean, you wouldn't bother thinking about it if the rockin' wasn't on straight. Like average rockin'.
Nope, 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 no, 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 no. Always. Head out in the day. When you're at your strongest. We actually came in from an odd angle. Nope, it's this way. I've never actually avoided the fight. Hook it up to a generic terminal. And then you can choose which of the VR locations you want to go to when you sit in it. Over here. I should have just come down from the Drumlin Road. That's usually how I end up fighting these guys. I managed to come in from a very unorthodox angle. I'm already starting to get flashbacks. Yeah, military train derail. This is where I always end up having to fight these guys. There they are. Rogue Sentinel Power Armor. Thankfully, kind of built my character to be invincible.
Wait there. Come on. Hey.
Read the Sentinel system log. Sys log, continuing control route, maintaining escort formation. Voice print, Vasquez. Damn, it's hot. Voice print, Maria. I know, only a few more hours until we swap this sector. Voice print, Maria. Still with us, Dawson? You haven't said a word all day. Voice print, Dawson. Sorry, lost in thought. Syslog, activating new targeting protocol. Authorization, Scribe Dawson. Voice print, Vasquez. What the hell? No! Voice print, Maria. Unintelligible. Syslog, threat status, eliminated. Syslog, Sentinel-1, new directive. Escort Dawson, target destination. Schult, propane station. Sector, TED. Syslog, Sentinel System 2 and 3, entering standby mode. Proximity defense, enabled. This is also a very cool content. We'll listen to Maria's log in a second. I need... There, the distress pulsar is gone. Mission summary. Harper, Maria, Knight. We have been assigned to patrol Sector 11 out of the Commonwealth for a duration of 23 days. Our unit is supplemented by 3 Sentinels, AI-controlled power armor escort units. They're a little beaten up and still bear the pain from our outcast days before Elder Maxon, but they'll help us get the job done. We would report in via radio at 21 daily with any noteworthy discoveries. Day 4. A cache of military fuses was discovered near an abandoned shed, including this in the daily report. Morale seems to have decreased. We have a light patrol tomorrow and recover. Hope we have a light patrol. Vasquez continues to complain about the patrol times and duration. If this continues, discipline action may be warranted. Dawson has become routinely late to 600 reports in. I'll bring us up with him on the next occurrence. So yeah, AI power armor. That can't possibly have negative consequences. Actually, while we're here, yes, let's do that. Yeah, we'll do that separately. We'll do all that. No, let's focus on completing the Sentinels, shall we? The first step, way back home, use the guide, Mechanical Menace. Go to the propane station. Go to the propane station. There we go. Vasquez. Vasquez's holotape. These are not proving to be very happy stories, are they? Patrol sucks. Not the weight of the gear that gets you, or the heat of the sun, or even clearing your rifle for the billion times. Sweaty drawers, man. Everything starts to rub the wrong way. Wouldn't want to give for washing machine while on patrol. Jesus Christ. Birthday. Dawson's birthday is coming up next week. I found a toy car out on patrol. I know they collect that kind of shit. I don't get it. I guess everybody needs a hobby. Just gonna ignore you. Let you grieve. Here's ArcJet. We definitely are going to have to come back here separately to show you it before and after dance. Now, the fight that's coming up is also really tough normally, but of course, as we've been showing, I'm kind of hard to kill with all the perks I've been taking. So let's see how hard this upcoming fight is. I mean, look how tough. Look at the beating Dawson's taking, considering you've seen what I can do. Go ahead, Dawson. Why don't you hit me? Let's see what you can do to me. And guys, remember how tough I am. So considering how tough I am, yeah, Dawson's no joke. Listen to Dawson's holotape in a moment. We're about to be attacked by a dog. And a raider. Told ya. Alright. Dawson's holotape. Sending data. This is the third week I've been sending data to the Institute. Schematics, core dumps, everything. The Brotherhood has amassed an enormous amount of data and technology, and yet we keep it locked away. We save to keep us safe, to protect humanity from itself. I've had enough of the hubris and greed, so I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can. I'm starting to think this is my true purpose. Maria caught me compiling a holotape today. I told her that I was just making backups. You seem to accept that. I'll need to be more careful. Vasquez is starting to ask a lot of questions. I can't even take a leak without him asking for a full stash for it. This is getting out of control. Patrol. There's going to have to be an accident. It's the only way I can keep all this quiet. I know how to reprogram Sentinel's targeting system. I'll say that I barely made it alive, that all the kinks with the AI haven't been worked out yet. I'll wipe my own Sentinel's memory when I'm done. If the Brotherhood dies, too much will die with us. I can't allow it. My Sentinel passcode is Capital Tripwire Echo. I need to get Maria and Vasco's code somehow. We're actually almost done. We're just going to finish up this quest, and that's going to be it for the night. The Sentinel Power Armor. It's an AI-based, unmanned power armor control system developed jointly by Westech and General Atomics. This highly experimental system was developed in the lead up to the Great War to supplement normal military deployments by utilizing existing power armor units. This technology was then recovered by the Brotherhood of Steel following the war. Continued experiments focus on the use of Sentinels in fully unmanned missions. Autonomous Mission Report Number 1. Our first unmanned mission experiment uses a Sentinel unit with AI tuned for advanced friend-foe discrimination, as well as highly effective threat elimination drive. This mission also tests human interaction and reception on a more commanding personnel matrix. The mission objective was to patrol a half a mile radius and perform routine peacekeeping operations. However, this unit has proven to be far too aggressive. It has engaged persons nearby the exhibit only the slightest hint of hostility. We have attempted unsuccessfully to initiate a remote shutdown. The unit will have to be manually decommissioned. And here is why, despite how difficult this mission may be, I always like the Sentinel. Because once we activate this boy, accessing onboard control. Okay. Enter passcode. Okay. CS override using core system main. Okay. Reinitiate using Sentinel. Okay. Dumping current onboard status. No linked user. Fusion core status. Okay. Activate to set current user as Sentinel operator and access all system commands. Select a command. Activate. Access storage with modify loadout. Enter standby mode. Select personality matrix. Now, what is a Sentinel power armor? That's right. The Sentinel is another companion. And he doesn't limit your companion slots. He doesn't take a companion slot. So as you can see, I still have Codsworth, my official companion. I still have Dogmeat, my permanent pet companion. And I have now the Sentinel. This means that even if you're running without everyone's best friend, you'll have one companion, in Vidboy's case, good old Nick Valentine, and the Sentinel power armor. It may not be an easy fight to get here, but once you get here, the firepower ain't nothing to joke about. Because now, we have the Sentinel. You know what? Normally I keep them with the T-45. No. Since I'm not running a lot of power armor myself,
Surely.
Hellfire Sentinel. Now, we need to give you a big gun. We're gonna have to do the quest that gets us the heavy incinerator, because we need you to have a big gun. But yes, this is where we're gonna end this stream. With the addition of the Hellfire power armor and the power armor Sentinel. We still got a ton of stuff to talk about, to explore, a ton of Creation Club content to pick around at, all kinds of fun things to do. But we have just severely increased our punching weight with the Sentinel power armor. Now, we just need to get him a big enough gun. And of course, with Codsworth here, if we were to start Automatron, I could outfit him with all kinds of crazy weapons. But you know what? Maybe we won't go with the heavy incinerator. There's the solar cannon, the Tesla cannon. There's, of course, the Thunderbolt currently in my inventory. And of course, there is one other weapon that might be fitting for the Hellfire Sentinel power armor. Remember, folks, the BFG 9000 is still out there. And no, I'm not kidding. So, we'll have to see what kind of weapon we want the Sentinel to be using. But you know what, Sentinel? Right now, why don't I give you the Thunderbolt? Yeah, you should be able to use the Thunderbolt just fine. It's an energy weapon, and you normally have a laser pistol. Oof. Now, while this is officially the end of our stream here, we do have something really nearby that involves things to shoot. So, just sort of the as the epilogue, shall we? Let's just head over here and shoot up some aliens. Oh, I know this place is. Because we still got a ton of stuff to explore and a bunch of other locations. We might as well let the Sentinel cut his teeth on one final little thing. Dude, I gave you a Thunderbolt to use. Why are you using that? Oh, there they are. We've been hoarding forever, Codsworth. You should know this by now.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Very quick, very simple. There really isn't a lot to the Zayden content. That's literally all there is to it. But let the Sentinel do a little bit of action as our denouement. That should, if I remember correctly, that is where the BFG is. And yeah, lots of fun things to do for next time. Peace out, everyone.